Hello, 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 hello. Did I unmute myself? I did this time. Hello, welcome to another interview. Today I'm interviewing another trash panda who is called... You can introduce yourself if you like.
Okay, that seemed like you were gonna finish that sentence. My name's Rabie. I'm called Rabie. Rabie Raccoon is my proper name. Hello, thank you for having me.
You're very, very welcome. So the number one question that I ask everyone on this show is, how you doing today?
Well, no, I'm doing good. I'm doing good today.
Doing good? Keeping up
Yeah,
the raccoon business?
that's right. Always hard at work at important raccoon business. But now I am free and here at this interview. You're drinking coffee at 9:30. Do you doubt it?
Go for it.
You shouldn't.
This is actually her fourth cup already.
That's right. I demanded 3 before the interview started.
We had to send the raccoon interns off to grab some. So I'm going to turn this music down for a bit of me so I can actually hear you. So normally the second bit I do is I tell you what I know about you, and then you correct me if I got anything wrong or say anything you want to add.
Okay.
So
I'll jump in if you start spreading lies.
I was about to say a lie, but I couldn't think of one off the top of my head. So you're TrashPandaRabie.
I am.
You are a raccoon VTuber.
I am.
You play video games online for other people's entertainment.
I do that. Yes. So far, so good.
I have seen you play Minecraft. I have seen you play Phoenix Wright, along with a lot of your buddies. Big old
I was gonna
read-along.
say, you haven't so much seen me play Minecraft as you have seen me talk to my chat with Minecraft in the background, because I'm not very good at Minecraft.
That's good enough.
But yes.
I think you dabble in art and drawing.
I do. Have you seen my PNG floating around on Twitter whenever introduce yourself post goes around? I drew that. I drew a few pictures of myself on the Twitter. I drew some pictures recently. No.
Do you find it hard?
I did a art stream recently, and I drew my friend Eerie the Witch and my friend Nikki Bun VT. My friend Nikki Bun VT. So I do. Yes, I like to draw.
Drawing is good for the soul, is probably what an artist would say.
No, it isn't.
Oh, drawing is bad for the soul.
Yeah, drawing is pain, and then sometimes you get a nice looking thing at the end.
Pain is in painting. I forgot to mention, but anyone in the chat is free to ask any questions you want, as long as they're TOS friendly, of course. So if you want to find out any raccoon secrets, go ahead. So let's crack on with it, as they say somewhere in the world. Let's start at the very beginning. As a trash panda, how did you discover VTubers? What were some of the first ones?
Well, some of the first VTubers I ever watched, I did admittedly start out with Hololive. I feel like a lot of people did. They were very formative, especially when I was first starting out. I watched my favorites were Ame and Ina and Gura. But mostly Ame and Ina, actually. I warmed up to Gura a little bit later. But it was Ame and Ina. I was like really into Ina's art streams. And Ame was just super funny. So I watched a lot of her like earlier stuff too.
Oh, what is it that you like about them? What draws you to them?
very different things, I feel like, for both. I really like Ina's like really chill personality. She's so comfy and just really nice to watch. And I could listen to her for like ever and just
Mm.
zone and chill, which I like to try to embody. I try to do like chill stuff. And sometimes I like less chill when I get like angry. But and then Ame, I really like because she's funny, like just super, super funny, and also just pretty good at a lot of games. But really, I watched her stuff because it was very entertaining and made me laugh. And a lot of that is the same for Gura too.
Oh, I feel like Gura was a little bit shy at first, but then she blossomed into the shark she is now.
I agree. Yeah.
So do you think any of them had any sort of inspiration on your streaming habits?
Yeah, like I said, I definitely tried to be like relaxing and stuff like Ina. And even like in the very, very beginning, my first stream ever was an art stream. And I
Mm.
think some of that is because I saw Ina do it and I was like, I want to try to do something like that. And I bet people would like it. So she
Ah,
definitely influenced me in the beginning there.
it's pretty good. Got to I feel like it's good for people to have some sort of reference when they start streaming.
hmm
So how did you get to start streaming? What's your old backstory?
I think when what really pushed me to think that it was something that I could do wasn't so much Hollow Live because they really seem like the the kind of like the pinnacle, and it's like asking someone who like has fun making home movies what made them think that they could make home movies, and they're like, oh, Tarantino. I really thought I could like get on up to fucking Tarantino levels of filmmaking. It's like, no. I think what really got me to think that I could do it was that I knew people who did it. Like I have friends, Erie, who you kind of know, Erie the Witch,
Hmm.
and Sweet Cheeks TVR is his name now. Sweet
Oh,
Cheeks TVR. He made both. Anyway, those are friends of mine who were already streaming and doing like V-Roid, V-tubing stuff before I did. And I was like, oh, these are actual like people that I know, like normal people that are I am friends with who are already doing this thing that seems like so cool and almost unattainable. Maybe I also could do that. And that was really what pushed me into like I even messaged them and I was like, hey guys, how do you do that thing? That thing that you do, that VTubing thing. And they explained it to me, helped me
oh.
get set up.
What was the what was the most difficult part of the process to overcome?
Ooh, I think probably getting into the swing of actually like talking. I
Hmm.
know I was talking to one of the first people that I collabed with, and he was saying that when I first started, I was way quieter and I didn't talk as much and I wasn't as outgoing as I am currently on streams and stuff. So I think getting to that point where I felt more comfortable probably took the longest, but I feel like I'm there now, or at least comfortabler.
You seem to be doing pretty good from what I've seen. Got
Thank you.
a lot of raccoon friends in your chats.
Yes,
Um,
I met a lot of really cool people. I'm grateful for that.
so you're a raccoon.
I am.
What was life like as a raccoon? How did a raccoon uh get here? Is one way to phrase it, I
Actually,
suppose.
right, right. It's actually a little funny. It's kind of a funny story. I bet you're looking at me and you're wondering, how did I get here? So, really, the truth is, I wasn't always the beautiful female humanisque-esque that you see before you. I used to be just a regular raccoon, just a whole normal raccoon, living my raccoon life, going about my raccoon business, living in trash cans, sneaking out of trees, that kind of thing.
As you do.
One day, I was really, really hungry. I don't think I'd eaten in like 3 days. It'd been a very long time. I live in the city, so I was walking and kind of sneaking around, in the alleys, so the humans didn't scream when they saw me. And I saw a human just dropping food out in the middle of nowhere because they're so wasteful with food. Humans are so wasteful with food. Anyway, I was starving. So I ran out into the road to grab the burger that the person dropped on the sidewalk, and a truck hit me.
What? That's not good.
No. The last thing I remember was running out into the road, and then this big vehicle came out of nowhere, and I didn't even see it coming, and it smashed into me. And the next thing I remember, I woke up, and I looked like this. And I wasn't just a raccoon anymore. And I had to figure out how to make my way. You know how hard it is to figure out how to, be human all at once?
Gotta wear clothes and stuff.
Yeah, it was sucked. I don't actually care for clothes that much, but you gotta wear them or people yell at you.
Yeah, unless you go to the special beaches, but there's no internet at the special beaches.
And what's the point if there's no internet, honestly? That's one of the good things, I will say. After being human for a while, the internet is number one. Raccoons don't have the internet.
Wow. Maybe we should start a revolution for raccoons and make Raccoon Net.
Yes. I think all raccoons would be happier if they had access to the internet.
Hot trash.
And also all the
area.
food that humans don't eat.
Can make a go trash me fund. I guess.
Yes.
It's hard to remember what sort of stuff raccoons are into. Apart from trash.
Mostly garbage. Yeah.
Planning heists as well.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of ingenuity.
And then it's hard to make your way when you don't have marketable skills as a human being. So when I found out that you could make money by playing video games on the internet, I was like, that's my calling.
Now here you are. Playing
now
video
here
games.
I am. Playing video games for 10 people at once.
Damn. 10 people. That's like 2 lots of 5 guys.
Like the restaurant?
Yeah.
I like their burgers.
Oh, they're so good. What type of burger was it in the road that led you to being hit?
Well, I don't remember. Death burger, I believe.
Damn.
I don't think I actually got to eat it.
What the fuck?
I know.
It's
tragic. I think that's the most tragic part of all, is that I didn't even get to eat it. It was gone.
What if
by the time I came to, it was gone.
Fuck. What if that burger was also hit by the truck and now that burger is a VTuber?
Oh my god. Where is the burger VTuber? Not only will I support them, I might try to eat them.
There's is that TOS friendly?
Oh. Is that what?
TOS friendly.
EOS.
Twitch.
TOS?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said EOS. No, it's probably not. It probably falls under some form of murder.
Probably.
If that burger is alive now.
Let's do put burger on milk cartons. Have you seen this possible VTuber?
Have you seen this VTuber? Have you seen this burger? I've been looking for years.
Half eaten with tire marks on. So how are you finding streaming currently? How's it been going?
I enjoy it. It is fun. I like that I get to meet new people all the time. I've met some real cool people through VTubing, and I am super excited and what's the word? Honored seems too formal, but like excited, surprised, happy that people enjoy like watching me play video games enough to consistently show up to my streams, which they do, and it means a lot.
There you go.
So it's going good so far, and I haven't hit that like the burnout that I always see people talking about on Twitch when they're, or not Twitch, on Twitter, when they're talking about like graduation and stuff, and I'm like, I'm glad I'm not there, you know?
Yeah, I think it either takes a while or it's usually when you sort of stop looking on how to improve and stuff. Well, part of it comes down to not advertising, but sort of getting yourself out there, because the Twitch algorithm is not great.
Oh yeah, for sure. Even the Twitter algorithm. I feel like a place I struggle with is reaching out to people who aren't just other VTubers. Like the majority of my followers and people that I enjoy spending time with and stuff, like they are other VTubers, which isn't inherently a problem, but you know, when you're all streamers, it's hard because you want to see your friends' streams and you want to support them, but also you're live, so you can't.
Oh yeah.
Although it is nice to be able to raid your friends.
Yeah.
That's nice. I enjoy doing that.
It's definitely one of the hardest parts, is all these people you want to watch, but you can't watch and interact with all of them at the same time. Big pain. Too many friends, not enough time.
I'm also really bad about joining too many like other VTubers Discords because I want to be active and I really like them and I want to like be there, and then never saying anything because the constant notifications make me silence that like server and then I'm never active.
Oh, it's so hard.
Pain. Pain Pecco.
How many VTuber Discords are you in, roughly?
Let's find out.
Oh.
1, 2, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Uh-oh, you gotta join another one. That's the unlucky number.
I think I'm unlucky enough. I don't think the number can hurt me.
Oh. Then all those 13 Discords are gonna become a VTuber.
What?
All 13 of those Discords are gonna become a VTuber by themselves. So what are you playing currently? What's your sort of vague schedule you've got going on?
Man, I literally just finished a game on my channel. See, it's hard because I was just playing a game that was on my channel, and usually if I was answering this, it would be whatever I'm playing on mine. Me and Kalmia just finished Kentucky Route Zero, which is a very weird game, but it was fun. It's very visual novel-y, and I like that kind of game. But that means I'm not playing that anymore. So right now, the main thing that I'm playing is Phoenix, right? On Nebulous's channel. That's on Mondays and Sundays.
Shout out Neb. I think they're streaming right now.
They are. He and Benny are playing Omori, which is a great game. I'm a little bummed. I played all the way through Amore. I bought it the day after it came out. I didn't even realize that it was coming out, and I saw it for sale on Steam. And I was like, I saw this game in development like years ago. Is this the same game? And then I realized it was the same game, and I was like, I was super hyped for this like 4 years or more ago. I'd have to buy it. So I bought it immediately. I played through like this was right before I started streaming, and like streaming wasn't even like super forefront of my mind, so I didn't even think like, oh, I could stream this on Twitch. I just binged it like 40 hours in 4 days around like important Raccoon business and stuff.
That's a lot.
Super good. I love it. But I wouldn't replay it, I don't think.
Is it not that replay worthy?
It is, but so you know how Undertale, it's kind of like you play through on pacifist and then you could do genocide if you wanted to. I never did genocide. It's like that kind of thing.
Ah, okay. I think I'm roughly the same. It's like if the next time you play isn't different enough, then I tend to like I feel like I'm satisfied enough with it.
Yeah, it's like if it's not different enough or it is different, but the difference makes it sadder,
Oh
then I'm
no,
not gonna replay it. Yeah.
it's very sad.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think of other games that do it, but not a lot of games have that sort of stuff built in anymore, I don't think.
Yeah.
So how would you describe Omori to someone who knows nothing about Amore?
If you're older like me, then you will get this reference more. It's a lot like a Mother game or an Earthbound game.
Ah,
Um, I think younger people would probably say it's a lot like Undertale, but I feel like it's only like Undertale because Undertale was inspired a lot by Earthbound. So, yeah. It's very Earthboundy. It's very I do think you probably shouldn't play it if, and I think it has this warning at the very beginning too, like if you struggle a lot with depression and that kind of things, because it does have very heavy themes. But if that's not a problem for you, it's really good.
I'll have to add it to my wish list on Steam.
Yes.
So would you say it's like a sort of like a slice of life JRPG?
No. Well, okay, so it's in two halves, right? And there is a half that is kind of slice of life JRPG. It is like a pixel game though. It is like an RPG maker game. And the other half is much more like, it's not straight up horror, but it's kind of RPG maker horror-y, kind of Yume Nikki vibes at times. So half of it is while you're awake, and then the other half is while you're asleep. So the asleep part is much more like surreal.
That kind of reminds me a little bit of Persona in a way.
Yeah, kind of. Except it's not grindy.
Oh.
There are places where you can grind, but when I think of like Tartarus, I just think of like, oh boy, gotta go up 10th levels before tomorrow.
Oh, I hate games of like grind. I had to quit MMOs just because of bloody grind. So what about the future streaming? Are there any games you plan to play or anything?
There are. I have a couple. Big ones that I have like kind of keyed up, ready to go. I got Yakuza 0, which I definitely want to play. I have that on my PC. I want to play the Atelier series. Like I have Atelier Sophie and Atelier Ryza. I know that Kiara played Atelier Ryza, so people might have already seen it. I didn't actually watch that whole playthrough because it was very long, but so I was wondering if Sophie would be better, but it's also a little bit older and might not look as good, so I'm not sure. And then there's a game that I very vaguely saw stuff of that's about a raccoon detective.
Oh.
And I want to play that. I love detective stories, and I gotta rep Raccoon games.
You gotta. It's the law, the VTube law.
I gotta, yeah.
I was about to say a game suggestion, but I completely forgot it now. But yeah,
Is it a raccoon game?
Technically, there's like that whole one which features a raccoon.
Oh, I played that. I think that was like the second game I ever played, Donut County.
Yeah, it's good, but
yeah,
sure.
It's funny, like it's silly. Yeah, I think I played it all in one stream.
Oh, such a good
There's
game.
also a game that I don't think I'm gonna play because it's very not my type of game, but there's a game with like a raccoon on a skateboard.
Holy shit. That sounds good.
It's kind of like a trick / like a racing game with a raccoon on a skateboard. And if I was any good at that kind of game, I might play it, but I am not, so.
Should just get someone else to play
it. Just watch.
I think you should play it. Play Omori. K-Cat, do it.
You should. You should. I've told you this millions of times.
Billions of times.
Billion.
So yeah, I think we've pretty much covered your past, present, and future of VTubing.
Yeah.
I guess one thing we could go over is if you have any advice for people who want to start VTubing.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, and even I did this in the very, very beginning, especially if you base yourself kind of off of watching a lot of Hollow Live, you think debuting is super important. Like all the Hollow Live girls debut, and it's always a big thing. And other people on Twitter talk about it and stuff. But really, like, it's not super important, especially if you don't really have a following. It's better to just like jump in and start streaming stuff and just do it. I feel like that's more important than having like a debut as such, because if you don't really have people that follow you yet, like no one's gonna show up to watch someone they don't know sit in front of a slideshow in Adobe Premiere and be like, hi, this is my backstory. Like I've still never done one. I might do one in the future as just kind of like a stream idea if people are real interested, but like if you want to know anything about me, you can just ask. I don't really need a whole stream dedicated to that. And I really think just getting out there and practicing talking to stream and talking to people and enjoying the game in a way that's fun for chat and stuff like that are more important skills.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
get more out of that than debuting.
I think one thing a lot of people don't really consider is when like HoloLive does debuts and stuff like that. They tend to be people that already have all of this experience and stuff. So it's more important to, as you mentioned, get experience rather than get it all in a
and for HoloLive, they're also going into like a huge company where they had like they showed pictures of themselves in well, at least thousands of, or if thousands or millions of people saw those like previews and they were like, I want to know who this is. So they show up to the debut to get more info. If you're indie, you're not going to get that kind of exposure before your debut unless you're some kind of marketing genius. Even then, you're like tweeting for months before you're actually making content.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's like, because on one hand I see that being good as when you do start streaming, you will have some audience. However, you again lacking the experience. So yeah, that's VTubing in a very big nutshell. In a coconut shell. Let's move on to some more open topics, I guess, rather than just talking about us as VTubers.
Just like more general stuff.
You do art. That begins with A. That's why it's at the top of my list.
Yes.
What sort of art do you do? How long have you been doing it?
Well, the art that I do is character drawing. Or drawing people. I am not very good at drawing anything else. So when I want to draw someone who's like in a scene, like in a room or something, I kind of struggle because drawing anything other than the person in a blank void is hard. But I have been drawing for a very, very long time. I kind of picked up the pencil like shortly after I became a human. So it's been like years now. Since I was very small. Very small. I think it's fun. You gotta start like, well, you don't gotta, but like I feel like a lot of people when they're small, they like pick up and they watch a lot of cartoons. Like that's what I did. I watched a lot of the cartoons and I was like, I want to draw those characters like that. And you just kind of pick up the pencil and start going.
Like VTubing, you just gotta start.
Yep.
So do you have like a special method for your drawing, or do you just sort of have at it?
Kind of. method. Sometimes, okay, so like one thing I struggle with in art, one thing I'm not super good at is clean line art, but I have found ways like around that, which kind of ties into the method. You can kind of like loosely sketch stuff, and it really works well if you use like the paintbrush tool and just kind of like carve out like a rough drawing, and then instead of doing super clean line art, you just go back over it with like a eraser and time and patience, and just kind of like reverse draw it and like clean up the line art to where it looks clean. That to me is easier than like drawing really crisp dark outlines. I'm not very good. My hands, my little raccoon hands are rather shaky. So
Oh no.
very clean line art is difficult for me, but that helps.
I feel like as long as you got a method that gets the job done, it's there's technically no correct way to do art, so as long as it looks pretty in the eye of the beholder.
The holder of bees. I also use a iPad. I think it's a iPod 7 and an Apple Pencil. That's my tablet. So I don't have one of those tablets that actually plugs into the computer. I need extra programs to do that. But
okay.
It's really nice because you can actually just draw on the screen where you're looking. I used to have a different tablet, and it was one of the cheaper ones that doesn't have a screen. And it was very difficult. It was a very big jump to like drawing on paper to drawing on this tablet where you're not even actually looking at it. You're looking at something completely different, like the screen in front of you. It's a weird kind of hand-eye coordination that I wasn't super good at. So I really like the iPad screen for being able to draw straight on it.
It's like a happy medium between I was going to call it acoustic drawing between pencil drawing and digital drawing, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it feels much more like traditional.
I've seen some people have what's effectively a giant touchscreen monitor on their desk, and they do it that way.
Those are like $1 billion. They're very cool though. The Cintiqs, they're called. I think that's the brand name, and they're very cool and like very good for art, I've heard. But yeah, they're very expensive for those big old monitors.
I guess you could try and find one in the trash pile, but it's probably quite rare in the trash pile.
You just find a discarded one. I think I know people who have actually gotten them, at least secondhand. They're not like that bad. Still very much though.
Maybe you can borrow it at some point.
Maybe.
Do it that way.
Borrow it.
So you mentioned line art, but is there any other aspects of art you'd like to improve on?
I like coloring. Sometimes I think I have a good grasp on color theory, or at least if not the theory itself, because I don't actually know it, but I have a good like idea of what looks good together. But I would also like to understand it more. Colors can be very confusing.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of color theory to get through and such. I've been talking to it with someone recently, and like the amount of depth there is to colors. They were telling me about like how, well, if your character's going to be this color, you need to have at least a tiny bit of this color just to make them pop. And it seems like I think an example color is red and green. So the idea was, if you've got like a character with a big green cape, you need some red, and that red could even be like a small gem on a necklace or something. I don't understand it. I only did high school art. That's as far as I got.
Yeah, I took high school art. It's still interesting. I never took college art, because that is very expensive.
Oh yeah. You're going into the big leagues there, getting into artist pain, artist beyond pain. So speaking of art, we can move on to something more specific of anime and manga, which seems to be the law of every single VTuber has to be at least somewhat connected to anime and manga.
What? Mine isn't.
Oh.
Mine's completely original, never before heard.
So, do you have you been watching or any anime or reading any manga recently?
Yes. Both. And honestly, like the same show. So this isn't anything new. I'm actually not that caught up in current anime and manga because Big Raccoon disagrees. I've really been finding myself going back to older things for nostalgia rather than watching newer shows. And it's nothing against the stuff that's out right now. I just a big a lot of people that I know, a lot of friends that I have are really into shonen, and I don't like it that much. And it's not like it's bad, but it's not my kind of show. And I really like more chill things or like slice of life or comedies. So I've been watching a lot of stuff that's like more that speed. I rewatched like a season and a half of Lucky Star. Like that's a classic. And I just recently got a Blu-ray copy of Chobits, the Clamp show with the robot girl. Have you seen Chobits?
I don't think so, but it rings a bell.
It's pretty old, but it's really good. And they just started re-releasing the manga for Chobits in these really nice, I think 20th anniversary editions. They're like hardcovers and they have colored pages. Not all of the pages are colored, but they have some colored pages. And the paper quality is super nice and they're just like gorgeous. So I bought the first one of that and I want to buy all of them for my bookshelf and also to read. And I bought the second book in the re-release series, and that's coming tomorrow, actually. So I'm going to, no comment. I'm going to be rereading those. And as I slowly get more and more.
So you mentioned your collection. Do you have a large fancy shelf you show off to all your Raccoon visitors?
I do. I have a lot of things on my shelf. I have a lot of figures. I have a shelf of figures, and I have normal books, and I have a little section that is Blu-rays and DVDs, which isn't that big because I don't actually own that many of them, but I have some of my favorites. I have all of Chobits. I have all of K-On!, which is another one of my favorite animes, and it's so comfy and good. I love K-On!. And then I have the whole Lucky Star collection on Blu-ray and DVD in a box set. This isn't an anime, but I have a Blu-ray copy of Over the Garden Wall, which is an American cartoon. It's super good. It's like a mini series.
I've seen that.
Yeah. I have that on Blu-ray, and then for manga, I have I have three full series of manga. One is Lucky Star. I have all of them, the manga, and Madoka. And there's a spin-off of Madoka that's only in manga form, and it's called Kazumi Magica, and I have all of those. And I have Poon Poon. I have all of those, which is a really good series and also super sad. It's very much the same as Omori, where if you have like depression and you need to cope with mental problems, probably don't read it. It's very sad, but it's also funny and it's really good. It's quite long.
I think my friend told me about that one.
And then uncompleted shows or manga, I have Dungeon Meshi, which is also really good. Or I guess in English, it's Delicious in Dungeon. That one's funny. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you gonna say?
I think my friend told me about the other one. It features a small cartoon bird or something.
Yes.
But the dungeon one sounds interesting. Although delicious intention, I would get very different vibes from that title.
No, it's Delicious in Dungeon.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of like set in a Dungeons and Dragons-y kind of setting with these people who are in this dungeon and they're traveling lower and lower and they're like cooking dungeon monsters for food as they go. And
Oh,
it's
that's
mostly
better.
a comedy, but it's also kind of action adventure-y. It's really good.
That's better than the generic fucking every monster you come across. I'm gonna eat it.
Interspecies reviewers.
Oh, I should do. It seems like something I'd enjoy.
It's funny, but I've only seen that. I haven't, like, I don't own that.
I actually own, I have a very tiny manga collection, and one of the mangas I own is the first volume of Monster Musume.
Oh, I watched some of Monster Musume. Actually, I think I read the manga first.
It's
But
pretty
yes,
similar.
I've definitely watched and seen it.
Interspecies reviewers kind of rules. It's pretty good. We need that show, but for VTubers, I feel like.
VTuber reviewers.
Yes. What would it be like to hold hands with this VTuber? What problems might there be in the relationship of feeding a Cthulhu monster?
I bet there would be a few.
Probably. But I don't like to judge, so.
Right. No judgment here.
No judgment. You're free to be whatever you want. I'm trying to think of what the weirdest VTuber I interviewed is. I think just a turnip.
A turnip?
It's turnip. He's a turnip.
I need to watch that. I need to go back and watch your interviews because I'm genuinely curious.
Yeah, you're free to go back. Oh, a mushroom as well.
Just a straight up mushroom or like a mushroom girl?
Just a mushroom.
Cute.
He'll wiggle his tip for you if you ask nicely.
I don't even have to pay him?
I don't think so. I think you just ask nicely. And
Nice.
Free show.
I'll have to hit him up.
Oh, go for
it.
Throw
out some biddies.
Damn, son. Wiggle that tip. How low can your spores go? I don't know where I'm going with this.
No, keep going. I'm so funny.
It's the armpit parts all over again. I'm sure he's a fun guy.
So yeah, those are probably my favorite anime and manga. Mostly slice of life stuff with some humor, comedy, adventure sprinkled in. Ooh, actually, I'm gonna add one. Sorry, I'm talking for forever. Have you ever seen Made in Abyss?
Probably
which is neither
not.
of those things.
I should probably
It is
mention...
not slice of life or funny, but it's really cool. It's definitely like adventure, danger. It's like, okay, so the setup is that there's this huge hole in the ground, a giant chasm that's just a big circle, and it goes straight down and nobody knows how deep it goes. And the deeper into the abyss you go, the worse things like will affect you. Like at first, the first few layers are like you get headaches, you get kind of dizzy, it can induce nausea. And then like you go further and you get stuff like loss of humanity, and there's a place called like the Sea of Corpses and stuff like that. And it's about these kids who like go down into this abyss to try and find their lost mother.
Oh
it's
my God.
Like really, really cool. Also, the animation is gorgeous.
Oh, it's
and the manga is amazing. The manga is actually a little further than the anime, I believe. It's also got some real sad parts and a little like kind of gory bits, but it's really good if you like that kind of thing.
It sounds right up my street, to be honest.
Very good.
I do like like very well animated shows. Ah, it's Ven, who I believe is a fan
Hi,
of both
Ven.
of us. So good to see
Yeah,
them.
hi.
It's the Raccoon
Raccoon
Alliance.
power.
Yes. I don't think I announced it yet, but I'm actually interviewing Ven next week, I believe.
Ooh. Gotta
So
watch.
we'll find out more raccoon secrets then.
Yes.
The ones I can't pry out of you. So yeah, what about anime movies? Because I don't watch a lot of anime series and mangas, but I'm always down for anime movies.
I actually don't know most of the new ones. Like the huge, like Your Name, I haven't seen that. Your Lion April? A Silent Voice, I haven't seen that. But anime movies that I have seen, all of the Miyazaki movies.
Oh,
My favorite one of those is probably Kiki's Delivery Service. I like grew up watching that like a million times, and I love it.
You can't go wrong with any of the Ghiblis though. So I think
And
I've
then
seen.
from there, I think I watched Totoro and Spirited Away. I remember Spirited Away coming out.
Wow.
And Mama Raccoon was like, "You love Kiki's Delivery Service. This is made by the same person. You should watch it." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I watched it, and it was it was really, really good.
You're gonna like
And
it.
I think I got Totoro from the video store back when those existed. Because I thought it was Kiki. I saw the girl on the front, and I was like, "That looks just like Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service. It must be the same movie." And it was not the same movie. But Totoro is also very good.
It's very, very good. Good big bean.
Good big bean.
I'm trying to think of.
I would hug Totoro.
How far could you reach around him?
Not very. I'm kind of short, and he is very big.
He is very big.
Maybe a little bit further than May could reach around him.
Oh, gotta beat the record. He's sort of a raccoony, you could say. He's sort of raccoony in a way.
Oh yeah, kind of.
I'm not sure if that was the inspiration or not. He's just a Totoro.
Yeah, I think he's like his own thing. I would also ride in Cat Bus if I had the option.
The fluffy, that cat bus gets around, you know. Surprised there's no tickets. You pay in
free
like,
ride.
Ear scratches.
Yes.
Pet
pats and ear scratches.
Oh, maybe a bit of fish.
Gotta feed him something. Gotta eat something.
A lot of fish. Like a mountain of fish. I'm thinking about fish too much now.
I had fish for dinner.
Oh, how do you like your fish?
It's mostly I like salmon. It's my favorite. But I don't usually make that for myself because I don't know if I could make it come out super good. So I make tilapia in a pan, and I've yet to figure out exactly how to make it not stick to the pan super bad. But when I figure that out, it's over for you.
For me,
tilapia. It's over for you fishes.
Restaurant coming soon, starring TrashPandaRabie's tilapia. Hello, Chef Ramsay. So a popular question we've had recently is if you're trapped on a desert island, and assuming you had the electricity and the appropriate monitors, what console would you take with you? You can only have one.
God, that's so hard. That's so hard that you can only have one. Probably the Switch, honestly. There's a lot on the Switch that I like. Oh, are you counting PC as a console?
Unfortunately not, otherwise that would be everyone's answer.
Yeah, okay. So if it is strictly consoles, it would probably be the Switch. I am still a PS ho, but not as much as I love Nintendo. The only thing that I absolutely would not bring with me would be an Xbox. Sorry, Xbox fanboys, I do not care for them.
They're not great. I remember
They're
I
not. You
sold
can't do
my.
anything on them that you can't do on a PC. They don't even have good exclusives.
Not anymore. Now that they all just come out on PC anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So what would be Switch and PC? Your raccoons must have a likeness, I guess.
Yeah.
Great.
I also did like play a ton of PlayStation. That's why it was a really close second between that and the Switch. I do like Switch more, but like PlayStation, especially PS2 and PS1, had so many good games.
If you took the PS2, technically you could have PS1 games.
Yep.
There's so
I don't
many.
think I have a PS2 that works anymore though.
No, I better not bring
I
that to the
know.
island then.
Yeah. What would you bring with you to a deserted island? This broken 15-year-old system.
Well, it's a good paperweight. Not that you'd have
Crack
paper.
open coconuts with it.
Oh, yeah. Offer to trade it with the crabs. So what recent games have you been playing off stream?
Oh, a little bit less lately, but it was Monster Hunter Rise. I was playing a lot of Monster Hunter Rise, and not
Ooh.
necessarily on stream. I played off stream and just have fun playing that with people on my server. I actually want to get back into playing Monster Hunter Rise. It's very fun. I have fallen behind people in HR very badly, but it's a very good game.
Well,
Other than that, specifically, most games I've been playing lately have been on stream.
I think that's generally what happens when people become streamers. But I think it's
You start thinking like, oh, the only other one was Pokemon, the new Pokemon Snap. I actually ended up playing a lot of that off stream because I wanted to play it so bad, but didn't necessarily want to stream, and I ended up beating it off stream.
Oh.
But I do still sometimes do some chill Pokemon Snap streams because it's a very just like relaxing, chill game to pop on and be like, all right, guys, I'm gonna go take pictures of Pokemon. You can come with me. You know, easy stream game for chill streams.
Can keep an eye on chat as well very easily with that game. So E3 is very close. I don't know if you're up to date on such things.
I know that it is close. Other than that, I don't know that much about what's going on with E3, honestly.
I think so E3 are trying to do their own streams. However, all the companies just do their own streams anyway. So it's literally just they're all saying, we'll just do our streams on the same couple of days.
Yeah.
So it's pretty exciting. We're not as exciting as it used to be, but
yeah, I feel like ever since like the panorama, everything's been like kind of watered down, like especially the excitement for big releases and stuff. Just kind of like it's still there, it's just a little muted.
Yeah.
I'm still excited to like see what they come out with.
Oh yeah. That bit's a bit exciting.
Yeah, K-Cat said E3's kept themselves pretty under wraps this time. I think that's part of why I'm not like super pumped, because I honestly have no idea what's coming like at all. I can't think of anything that I've heard that has made me like, oh, I need more information about that, because I don't think I've heard much of anything at all. It's kind of good and bad, but I'm sure they're gonna tell me something is coming out that I need.
Yeah, which leads me on to my next question of is there any games you want more information about, or that you want announced at this year's E3?
What is echolocation?
Well, I am part raccoon, however, I am mostly bat.
Mostly bat.
And being a bat, I have echolocation that goes wah 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 wah.
That's very cute.
Detecting Raccoon secrets. Whoa, 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 whoa.
No.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I can find anyone in chat.
All right, this is kind of a dodge of the question because I honestly have no idea what's coming out at E3. But there is a game coming out soon that I am very excited for that I can talk about here. There is a game that is a re-release of a super old game that's coming out on the Switch. I think it's later this month. Pretty positive that it is. So, Legend of Mana.
Oh.
I'm sure most people have heard of The Secret of Mana and the other games in the Of Mana series. This also brings me back to the PS1 had a lot of fucking good games on it. Am I allowed to swear on your interview?
Fuck it, yeah.
Great. Okay. So I loved The Legend of Mana on the PlayStation 1. And I played the crap out of it. I rented it all the time back when that was a thing. I never owned my own copy, but I rented it constantly, and I loved it. It's a very cool game because it does something that not a lot of games do, where like the story doesn't really revolve around the protagonist that you play. You, as the protagonist, kind of go forth and experience other people's stories, and run into them, and you see a story take place and you have a part in it, but you're not like the main part of it. And then you go on and you explore this expansive world that has a ton of stories in it and characters that you meet and stuff. And they're re-releasing that game on the Switch at the end of this month, I think. And I've been super pumped for it ever since I heard that they were doing that. They have re-released Secret of Mana like 2 or 3 times, and every time they did it, I got myself excited and then disappointed when I realized it was the wrong of Mana game, because everyone loves Secret of Mana and has heard of it, but nobody knows what Legend of Mana is. So when I heard that they were actually re-releasing it on a console that I owned, I was super excited.
It's a real one this time. A good one.
Yes, it's for real. So I'm definitely gonna get that when it comes out.
You're gonna be lost. You're gonna wrap yourself up. You're gonna cocoon yourself and play Legend of Mana.
That's right.
Snacks on decks. Oh, thank you, Jedi Chick. Welcome. How did your stream go? Also, anyone in the audience is welcome to ask Rabie any questions. Almost anything you want. I'm gonna get a tissue because I have a problem of every time I start streaming, my nose gets itchy.
I don't have that problem. I have the problem of every time I start streaming, I get super hungry for no reason.
Oh,
it doesn't matter. Even if I ate right before a stream, I'll be streaming for like 2 hours and then just suddenly like, guys, I'm starving.
You should get a raccoon intern for when you're streaming to bring you food and such.
Hangry.
Hungry. Oh, another VTuber question is: do you have like a ritual you do before each stream that you do?
No, probably not. I mean, the closest thing to a ritual would be here's a weird one. Here's a weird thing. This is more of a problem that I have than a ritual that I have. But for some reason, whenever I restart my computer and start it again, VC Face and maybe other programs, but I've especially noticed it with VC Face, just doesn't detect my camera anymore. And I have to unplug it and replug it every time before stream, or VC Face just won't work. It won't pick me up. So that's something that I do before every stream. And then there's also, I always get a big thing of water because I have a hydrate redeem, and I would feel bad if someone redeemed it and I didn't have anything to drink.
Gotta have the old bottle of water.
Bottle water.
Bottle of water. I'm trying to think what I do, because I used to have fuck. Hello. Oh, thank you for the gifted sub.
Yay!
Woo! Clap 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 clap. I don't know if my mic picks it up. I used to like wait till an hour before the stream and then I would spend an hour like, fuck. Hello, thank you for the follow, K-Cat. Welcome to the cauldron. If you didn't know, a cauldron is one of the terms for a group of bats. But yeah, I used to get like an hour before my stream time, back when I had like solid stream times. I would prepare a tea with honey in it for my voice. I would listen to hype up music.
Wait, what do you use as hype up music?
I usually just type in like anime hype up music or stuff. I never really found a proper playlist. There was one song that was really good that's called like something really generic, like Beautiful Hope or something, which was really good. But after a while you just can't be bothered, and it's just like, I'm not streaming for another like 20 minutes, I don't need to do shit. Which I guess is good in some ways, because I'm spending less time prepping in a way. I'm just sort of just doing it. But in other ways,
it's smart to like drink tea with honey. I don't do anything for my voice. I just start streaming and hope.
You gotta preserve that raw Rabie voice. It's the vintage.
The raw Rabie. Hi everybody, thanks for coming to my stream.
It's like a Selma or something. I also discovered these like voice honey and lemon and menthol sweets, which are pretty good, but I only really need to eat them like very rarely. If I do a game where I have to do a lot of reading, but I try not to do that anymore because it really fucks up my voice.
Oh, yeah. That was why when I did Kentucky Route Zero, I knew that it was super text heavy, and I like asked Kalmia to come do it with me specifically, so it wouldn't just be me reading for 3 hours straight.
That's a smart idea.
Also, she had me on her stream to do Space Quest, which is the same thing. It's just a super text heavy game. So I was like, oh, this is a good way to reach out and repay that.
It's pretty good. Doing all the friendly streams. I can't wait to hear Ven roar.
Me neither.
So one of the last topics I've got is a little raccoon told me that you like reading.
I do.
What have you been reading recently? What are some of your favorites?
Okay, that's 2 questions. I'll do the first one, and then the second one is part 2. So what I've been reading recently, I just finished a book today, actually. It's called The Decagon House of Murders. It's actually written by a Japanese author, and then the book was translated into English. But it was super cool. It was it's a murder mystery book that was based on Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None, about this group of college kids who go to this island, and they are in a mystery club. So they're like big fans of mystery novels, and they go out to this island to like spend a week there. And they start like getting picked off one by one, which is kind of like the plot of And Then There Were None. And it's really interesting because they're like kind of trying to solve this mystery while also they're getting picked off, and they're kind of into it because they're really into mysteries, but also they're freaking out because people are dying, and it's really interesting. It also like, I don't know if it was because it was written by a Japanese author, and also I'm kind of into like, I really like Danganronpa and stuff like that, but it kind of read like an anime. I could kind of like, if I had to draw the characters, they would have very clear like anime conjunction like archetypes. But it was really neat. I really enjoyed it. So if you like murder mysteries and books like that and thrillers, that kind of thing, then I definitely recommend Decagon House Murders. And for my favorites, so I have a favorite author, and like a lot of his stuff I enjoy, like pretty much all of it. His name's Christopher Moore. Christopher
Oh yeah.
spelled normal, and then Moore is Moore. He writes a lot of like just his writing is super goofy. It doesn't take itself super seriously, but it's like so funny in a way that like usually when you're reading and something is funny, you like let a sharp breath out of your nose or like smile a little, but you don't usually actually laugh. His writing has made me actually laugh or like take a moment and have to like laugh and then come back to it. Like it's very funny. He writes a wide range of things. Right now he's kind of on this like kick where he's rewriting old classics, but he's got his own character in them, which is this jester named Pocket. So he's rewritten like King Lear and The Servant of Venice, and the latest one was A Midsummer Night's Dream. So he rewrites these, but he like makes them really funny, and he inserts this jester as the main character who is just hilarious, and it kills me. He also has like another sort of series that's about vampires, but it was like very close to, I think, the height of like Twilight and stuff, and it's a very more like realistic, air quotesy, like city-ish take on vampires, and it's not a like romance like that or anything like that. And it's very like all of his books are for adults. There's tons of like swearing and mentions of sex and stuff, and they're not for kids, but they are very funny.
My virgin
It's like an
ears.
Adult Swim version of a book.
Ah.
Yeah.
So what
So
sort
he's
of
my favorite.
if you could have him make his own interpretation of a story, what would it be?
I feel like I actually haven't read that many classics because I feel like a lot of the stuff I had to read in school was kind of off the normal beaten path for classics. Maybe Animal Farm would actually be pretty funny.
Holy shit.
Because Animal Farm was a book that like I remember pretty well. Ooh, also Catcher in the Rye would be really funny, I think.
It could be pretty good. There's
I liked both of those books as well.
a lot to work with there. So you generally sort of you have the same sort of tastes in books as anime, you could say.
Yeah. Well, actually, I feel like if there were like, I really like murder mysteries. I was gonna say, that's not really a kind of anime that I usually watch, but I also don't see very many. If there are murder mystery anime, I would watch them. There was a show that was kind of like reminiscent of the Decagon House Murders. It's called Hyoka. It was by Kyo Annie, and it was also about, I think, this group of kids. It was a slice of life. It was not a murder mystery, but I think the club they had was a murder mystery club. So made me think of that. But yeah, if they made like murder mystery anime, I would watch them. The only one that comes to mind is Detective Conan, which I really never got into. I didn't really like the art style.
Yeah, that's can be a bit off-putting about anime if it has a very distinct one, and if you're not into it.
But I am a huge fan of like slice of life and comedy.
I think there are. I can think of some like mystery anime, but they're sort of, that's not their main genre. It's sort of sprinkled onto another genre, or it's like an arc.
What?
I don't know the name, but I don't know what the anime's called, but my friend started streaming it. Shh, don't tell anyone. Because he would go through Crunchyroll and he would just click the random button and then we'd watch it.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I can't remember the name at all. But it was a bunch of school kids on a bus, and then the bus I think they were going to a village to commit suicide. But they were all like really happy about it. Well, not happy, but they were all like normal mooded. But they stopped. Their bus crashed before they got to the village, and then they had to like try and work out what to do. And
I
like,
hate like the bus crashed before they got to Suicide Village. What a
yeah,
shame. This sounds wild. If you figure out what it is, you should let me know.
I'll ask my friend, but
I don't know if I necessarily want to watch it. It sounds a little depressing, but
it wasn't
I do
really
want to know what it
depressing.
is.
I'm trying to remember what happened, but like it was essentially like 5 episodes of nothing in quotations happening, and then it just went balls to the wall crazy bullshit.
Okay.
I won't spoil what happens, but it's something.
Okay.
It's essentially 5 episodes of something's coming, I'm waiting for it, and then it comes, and you're like, what the fuck? I don't even know
What
if
did I
what I
just
saw
watch?
was the ending. It felt like the ending. But yeah, I'll ask my friend to see if he remembers the name. That was probably the closest to like a mystery I can think of off the top of my head. I don't actually know a lot about anime. Don't tell anyone. At least
You
compared,
phony VTuber.
I don't know. Lock me up. Throw away the key. I guess like compared to normies in quotations, I know more about anime, but like compared to like anime fans, I'm not super knowledgeable.
Yeah, I know like a bunch of weird obscure anime and then like less known slice of life. And then other people are like, have you seen the new Boku no Hero? Have you seen the new Jujutsu Kaisen? And I'm like, no, I haven't watched those. What's the other one? Demon Slayer. Everyone's watching Demon Slayer, and I'm like, I don't know anything about that. Sorry.
I don't know how people can keep up with all these animes because there's a lot of watch time.
I used to. There was a period of time where I would watch like 5 new shows a week on the day they came out, and now I cannot. I could not do that now. I also feel like my attention span has gotten very short.
Yeah, I think it just like as you get older, it's sort of like you've seen it before. You don't really need to watch something new. I forgot where I was going with this. But yeah, I think we've come to the end of my list. So if the chat has any questions, or if you have any questions, Raby, we can go through them.
What's your favorite kind of game?
Like genre?
Mm-hmm.
That's I
Or at
can't
least, like, if it's easier, what's your favorite kind to stream?
to stream. I think Resident Evil Village is probably the one I'm enjoying the most.
So, like, scary games?
Not even scary, because what I praise Village a lot of is...
I've heard that it's not necessarily, like, scary.
Yeah, it's like scary themed, but it's not like ooga booga and jump in your face.
That makes me think that maybe I could play it, because I'm not super good with horror games, but I've also heard it's not really scary.
It
looks cool.
I think because you have like weapons throughout most of it, that takes away the scare. Whereas compared to like 7 or like some other horror games, you don't have weapons. But I'm like pretty weak when it comes to horror games, so I have a weird thing of where I like the themes of horror and I tend to like the stories of horror. I just hate jump scares so much. I also hate being chased, so I really wish I could play Alien Isolation, but I can't because it's like all about being chased and shit.
Is there any kind of game that you absolutely would not play on stream?
Probably. I've always said I'm never gonna play League of Legends. I'm never gonna play Dead by Daylight. I'm never gonna play Genshin Impact.
Oh, Genshin's fun. I was gonna say not playing League on stream isn't even like That's self-care. That's what that is.
I'm just not gonna play League, to be honest.
I used to play League. It was a mistake.
Oh, but yeah, I think I think I would struggle. I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna play multiplayer games on stream, but I try not to, just because I like to stay up to date with chat.
That makes sense.
Also, like, focusing on multiple things at once, because being dyslexic, like, every time I read chat, it takes me, like, slightly longer to focus, and then I have to go back to the game, and then back to the chat, and I don't want to, like, have the game paused for half an hour. Ah, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank
No,
you for the sub.
You're part of the
I
Bat
needed
Oath
that.
now.
Into
I will have good emotes soon.
the cauldron.
Join me in my
What is
cauldron.
this?
I have 2 temporary emotes, and I have one I made in paint.
Love this one.
Enjoy it while you can. I'm also getting a I'm probably saying too much, but I'm actually getting a oh fuck, Ven, you're spoiling me today. Spoiling me with the
You
gift
deserve
subs. I was gonna say no, you.
it.
Play that Uno card.
No, you.
No,
Ubu no
you.
reverse.
Well, I'm gonna reverse your Uno reverse. But I think off of stream, I tend to like those sort of strategy / RTS games where you're not micromanaging, you're just sort of macro managing. So you're like,
It's a big difference. There are some strategy games that I like, but they're not real time. I don't think I've ever played a real time strategy. But like Disgaea is like grid based, turn based strategy. That's the kind of that I could do.
they're pretty good. It's just yeah, you can like put on some YouTube videos or something and then just like chill with a strategy game. If you need to stop and reply to messages, you can. Don't have to panic. Raccoons stay together. Bigger trash pile, the more raccoons.
Yes.
But yeah. Ooh, who's that one from?
It's not mine, unfortunately. It's so good though, isn't it? It's from Rika. She's another raccoon.
I think I've. Is she the one that's recently got a booba model?
Did she get a booba model?
I think so.
Wait, not the one with not the live 2D with the like huge booba out. That's someone else.
No. She's a 3D one. I'm pretty sure the one. Wait.
Yozora.
Yeah.
Yozora is the raccoon girl with the huge boob.
Damn.
She's very pretty.
I think she was playing.
A very different vibe than I have.
We've got some diverse raccoons. What's this about booba model? Not me, unfortunately. I'm pretty flat chested.
Omori, when is your booba model gonna be done?
Next question. I am getting a new model in the works. I've announced on Twitter, but I'm sorry to say there's not much booba on it. So sadly, I have to rely on a booba heart instead. Instead of
You've got booba in your heart. That's where it matters.
Yeah, it's like that saying about I might not have dick sucking lips, but I got a dick sucking heart.
I don't think I've heard that one.
It's like
that common phrase that people use.
Yeah, that very common phrase. My grandparents taught me it.
I think I heard it from Nan.
Nana Komori. But yeah, I really need to. I had some weird questions I had before, but I accidentally deleted them. I'm trying to remember what they are. I had some quick fire ones, like what do you think about garden gnomes?
Garden gnomes. I think they make good weapons in a pinch.
Oh.
Like if you're outside and like someone's coming at you and you don't know what's going on, and you need them to back up. If you like walk into someone's yard and they have a garden gnome, they're aerodynamic. They're good for swinging.
They can smash as well and get sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You
here's
get sharp shards of garden gnome to protect yourself with.
then they're gnomed. That doesn't make any sense. It did in my head,
What
and then
did
I
you
said
say?
it. They get gnomed.
They get gnomed. You've
Uh.
been gnomed.
Oh. Is a good question. Imagine a zombie breaks down your door to your raccoon room right now. What is the thing you grab as a weapon?
There's not much in here
Uh-oh.
to protect myself with. I have bulletin boards on my wall that are like big cork boards. I bet if I pulled one of them off the wall, I could hit someone pretty hard with it.
I think that's doable. You survived the first round. Well done.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I could at least take a zombie with it, like a slow moving one, not one of those like rabid zombies.
Classic ones. Don't jump at Ven.
Other than that, all I really got is like lamps. Everything else is soft. I got clothes all over the place. I got stuffed animals. Those aren't really gonna protect me.
No, they might slow it down. You strap them to yourself as armor. What are they gonna do? Bite them? And you get zombie not mucus, a drool on you.
Zombie fluids.
Next episode on Monster Girl, fucking whatever it's called. Monster Encyclopedia?
Interspecies reviewers.
Yeah, that's it. Zombies.
Zombies.
That probably counts as necrophilia, right?
Yes.
Gross. Don't do it, it's illegal.
Zombie fluids is cursed as hell.
Buy
I
your
was gonna
zombie
say another
foods.
thing potentially would be like one of my figures, because I have a lot of figures in my room by my computer, but I feel like that would just break.
That'd be like a
Like-
one use.
Yeah. I got like some Madokas, but I feel like that she would just crack and break.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know. Momentary
Sacrifice.
distraction.
I had a question. You can tell I'm getting tired because I keep having questions and then forgetting them.
It's okay.
It'll come
It's
back
late for you.
one day. Yeah, I had the vaccine and then I had D&D and then here I am.
I have a question for you.
Go for it. Ask me anything.
Do you make your bed?
Next question.
Because
Carry on.
You first.
I don't necessarily like make it. I like vaguely flatten out the blanket. But I don't like tuck it in and straighten it out.
Yeah. I was just gonna say I don't really understand the concept or the point of making one's bed, so I also don't. I mean, like, the bottom part, the like comforter and the sheets and stuff is tucked into the bottom. So like you just get into it. You don't have to like make it pretty and straight every day. You're just gonna sleep in it at night. Raccoons make their own bed. No, we don't. That's the point.
You don't need to. It's your nest.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not like those middle class moms that have like 50 cushions and pillows on that you have to remove.
I have 4 pillows.
But you
and a lot of stuffed animals.
You sleep with them, I'm assuming.
Yeah, they're not like they don't go somewhere else. They are my pillows. They go under my head.
Unless maybe these middle class moms are collecting for a pillow fight. They have lots of ammunition.
Yes. Come through, Deborah. Swing that pillow.
Yes, Deborah. Slay.
Yeah, queen.
You get hit with a pillow. Goose feathers fly everywhere. Too many pillows. Snort. No. Come and swim with the snorts. But yeah, I think we'll look for someone to raid if there's anyone you wanna raid. I can sort that out.
You should raid Neb or Benny. They're
How do
still playing Omori.
How do you decide?
Whoever has less, honestly, is usually how I decide.
That's a smart idea.
Yeah.
So let's open up Twitch.
It's Benny. I have Twitch open.
No.
It's Benny. I have Twitch.
What did you do?
I'm playing my voice. Thank you, Ven. You take care. Enjoy those fighting games.
Take care.
I need to copy this username because I can't spell anyone's username. Oh, there's someone called Bat at Video Games is streaming.
Yeah.
But they've got
I put her in the
180.
Discord the other day.
Ah,
You were like, another bat. And I was like, yeah, she cute.
she's got the big what's it called? Like not an apron, like a poncho one. It's a pretty cute design.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
It's interesting to see how all the different bats do wings because they all do it differently.
Mm-hmm.
She has the big poncho.
Realized.
What have you done?
It's fine.
It's not late. You can do it. Do whatever you want. Be free. This is your interview.
Oh no, it has nothing to do with the interview. I just realized I don't have my tail.
It's okay. It's resting.
Yeah. It's there. It's just lowered right now.
I'm still
I
waiting.
didn't feel like holding it up the whole time.
Yeah, it's Raccoon business has kept it down or made it
Yeah.
tired. I'm still
Just tired.
waiting for the body pillow of your tail. Just your tail.
Just my tail.
Get that one day. But yeah, the raid time is going down. So how do you usually end your streams? Because I don't really have a saying or anything.
I don't really have like a sign off, but I usually say, thank you so much everyone for coming. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy watching whoever I'm reading. So in this case, I really hope that you enjoy watching Benny. And I hope you have a great night. Thank you so much.
I don't have that much time, so I'm just gonna say bye-bye. Enjoy Benny. Thank you, Rabie.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
And we're done. We raided. That's it. Job done.
I just noticed or realized